Yo, what is going on, Rovers, Wuthering with gamers? I wanted to talk about the Dark Rover, the Havoc Rover here. Looks like Pit from Icarus in his dark mode form here. So, after you finish Act 6, you unlock the Havoc Rover, and I think they are going to be broken, and if anything, super timeless in the game. Specifically because one of their copies here, which you are going to get for free eventually, has a Havoc Res Shred. That is not it. This is it. Once you get to their 4th copy, you can get 10% Havoc Res Shred for 20 seconds. That is massive. If you combine that, if you have like a triple Havoc team, you're running like this, plus Dungeon, plus another thing, you know, making more Havoc stuff in the future, that is a lot of Res Shred you could be doing. And Dungeons is actually different than this because this one is Res Pen, while this one from Dungeon is Res Deepen, which I think could go different in the formula. Don't quote me on that. I don't know specifically how the Wuthering Waves formula works yet. I don't think people have a spreadsheet or all that stuff yet. But I do think Havoc MC is pretty strong and arguably broken, especially for free-to-play. I'm going full free-to-play on my account here. I've been playing them a lot here. I don't have a crazy ratio or anything, though. Almost at 1k attack, though, which is pretty nice. I get 1k attack in combat because my weapon gives me attack, which is nice. My echoes are nothing too crazy here. Still trying to get on the full Havoc set, but I just haven't gotten the pieces for it. So that's kind of what I'm running. Also, another thing I want to talk about is this Dreamless Echo right here. This Dreamless Echo is a new Echo that was not in the beta at all, and when you turn into it, you do this sick like judgment cut, which I will show later. And on top of that, it has a rover only passive, which increases the damage by 50%, and that's on all of the hits. Now, this translation is wrong here. It says the damage of the skills increased by 5 during the first 50% S. So yeah. Obviously, it's just like a mistranslation. It's probably supposed to say 50%, and then after the first 5 seconds after you ult. So pretty much, you would go for an ult, and then you would cast your thing like this. I want to hit an enemy with it to show you, though, because if you hit an enemy with it, it actually gives you the full animation. Because you don't get the full animation if you just go for, like a regular hit. We'll get this poor Hortis right here for my showcase. A good little example on this guy. So, you go like this. Dash through them, hit him with the judgment cut, and then bro dash into the water. bro dies in the water. He couldn't handle the judgment cut. I think it is so sick. I think this is literally like the coolest Echo in the game. I'm not gonna lie. I think there's a lot of sick ass Echoes. This is probably one of the coolest Echoes in the game with the Virgil judgment cut. But so Havoc MC is pretty simple here. You just have, so you have this mode that you can go into after you level up your fort gauge here, hit some enemies, not get absolutely bodied. So as you can see, I have my fort gauge stacked up here, and once you go into your form, you do damage in an AoE. It's actually a good amount of damage too, and then you get this scythe, which is sick. I wish you could keep the scythe the entire time, which you can't, unfortunately, but it's kind of like Gion, how once you go into your form, your forte gauge like slowly ticks down, and then you have to get it back after you run out of the form. Now, this works just like other people's forms as well, or you can swap out while you're in the form. So if you're in the form and you want to like get a buff real quick, like Dungeon's Res Pen, for example. If I want to go like this, then swap the Dungeon, get my Res Pen, I can go back in, and then I can swap in. I'm doing crazy immune damage right now, you know, insane mode, but they are pretty sick for that. And then, so now we're in the trial here. I just want to show like what they have going on for the Havoc Rover trial if you have not gone into this yet. Pretty much just showing their combos, what it looks like for the thing, and it has this nice menu and everything for the trial, which is nice. Instead of just me talking and saying it, you know, showing the plunge attack, basic attack combo. Now this is showing the heavy attack, going into the Umbra, which you go mid-air with the wing, and then you can go for a 4-hit basic attack combo, which is sick. Skill gives you a footing gauge, which is nice. It does a lot of damage too. They have really high scalings, which is crazy. Like, I think all of their scalings are insane, especially the ults once we get to the ult here. So I'm going to go into a form here. One time in my dark mode form, you know, you get your 5 attack string with the scythe. Next, you're gonna go knock them up into the air just to get that hit. Do you see that 1K? It's a big tick. And these trial characters, they have another talents leveled. So those 1K hits, those can be way higher, by the way. Now that's showing the scythe attack. When you're in your dark mode form with the scythe attack, it actually has like a residual attack after it that does 4 hits, I think. It's 4 hits of damage. So you hit them with the skill and then it goes tick, 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 which is really nice. And it usually juggles the enemy if they are able to be CC'd, which is nice. Now ult here, as you can see, I wish they let you go into form first, but I'm guessing this rover in this form doesn't have their first copy, their first constellation. Their first constellation gives them extra bonus damage when they're in their dark mode form. But let's see the ult here, no form or anything, so no bonus. Look at that, 11K. That is a lot of damage for this early into the game. Now, I think it will let me see the build here. Yeah. So this rover is running at 86, 164 with 1.4K attack, but while these stats are really good, right, and they have a fully invested in weapon, they don't have any of their talents leveled up, so they have nothing for it to scale off of. So that damage, that 11K right there, that can scale up like crazy. Now, this is also very important. Oh, it's not the first constellation. So first inherent skill. That's what I meant to say. The first constellation does something different. So their first inherent skill here makes it so that when you're in your dark surge, which is when you go into like your demon mode, your dark angel mode, you get 20% havoc damage bonus, and it's while you're full mode. It's not a duration or anything. It's really nice. So if you're about to do a ult, you always want to go into your form first to get that damage off, unless you're going to be able to do 2 ults before you go into your form, but that's probably not going to happen realistically. So just save your ult for when you go into form. And then the second one we probably won't get to anytime soon. It's probably going to take like a month to get to this because this is at level 70, I think. This makes it so when you're in your dark surge, the basic attack recovers resonance energy, so you just get extra energy, which is pretty nice to keep up that. And then just to review the resonance change here, because I talked about it earlier, but I can go through one by one on each of them. So the first resonance chain here, you get a 30% skill damage bonus, just flat. That is amazing. Then the second one makes it so that your skill cooldown resets after going into your form and casting your heavy attack. So if you skill, this makes it so your combo changes once you have your second constellation, your second copy here, because you can skill, go into your form, and then you can skill again, which would be like a massive damage boost. You can actually go for like a full nuke by going skill, dark mode form, skill, and then ulting. That is a massive nuke combo that you can do. The third one here just makes it so you get a little bit of like a vampire buff here. When you're doing basic attacks, you restore 10% of the HP loss. So just some like life steal when you're fighting enemies while you're in your dark form. It's kind of cool, I guess, you know, some sustain, some self-sustain, which is nice. Now the fourth one I was talking about earlier, the Havoc Res reduction. That is massive. That does so much. 10% Havoc Res is huge when stacked with a lot of stuff in the game. And then the fifth one makes it so that your basic attack, the 5th attack string, does an additional Havoc damage increased by 50% of your basic attack. So pretty much your basic attack does more basic attack damage when you finish your whole attack string. Pretty simple. And then your last one is that you just get 25% crit rate when you're in your dark mode form, which is when you're going to be DPSing. So that's fat as well. So like this build, for example, they're at 86. You'd be at 100% crit rate for the free ski, which is crazy. But yeah, Dark Rover, I think is literally insane. They are so fun. I also like the Spectral Rover too, but I've definitely been playing Dark Rover ever since I got them because you get this scythe and everything, and their gameplay is just really nice. It's really fun to play. And it's nice that you can juggle enemies like this, as you can see. And you get some really nice damage here. This damage early game is really nice, especially when this character has no talents and no constellation or copies. I love that attack. It's so sick. I wish they gave you Dreamless in this. I don't know why they don't give you Dreamless. Look at that, 15K right there. Yeah, I don't know why they don't give you Dreamless. Dreamless would be really nice. You can't even look at the echoes that they got on. Classic child characters not letting you see what their build is. I mean, Crownless does give you like the damage bonus, which is like okay, but I think Dreamless is better because she does more damage. I guess if you wanted to like set up for the set up for like a bigger nuke, you could do that for your self damage. Obviously, Crownless will give your character more self damage, but Dreamless does a lot of damage. Trust me, this does so much damage when you hit someone. That's what I was talking about before also, where if you don't hit anyone, it doesn't do the full animation, which makes sense. But yeah, I just want to talk about Dark Rover. I think they are very strong. They are a very strong option. Spectral MC is also very strong as well. I think they're more supporting though. They're more supporting bursts in this one. This one seems to be more on field than the Spectral MC, but both are good DPS. But this one is definitely going crazy on the DPS here. Let me know what you guys think. Do you plan on building the Havoc Rover or testing them out, playing them out? You know, I think they're pretty sick. Also, what Rover are you? I think the female Rover looks very good. As a Kalis and Aether player, the female Rover in this game, I think is just too good to not play. She is so bad. Oh my god. And you got the side boob. What? Anyways, I'll be seeing you later. Good